What is up, everybody? It is Brian with First Shot Tactical, back with another video for you here today. And today we are going to be talking about the and I'm going to rank them, top 5 attachments that you need on your CZ Scorpion. So with that, let's go ahead and get into it and see what we have. Welcome over to the workbench here. I figured this will be easier to give you a close-up on the top 5 attachments for your Scorpion. So coming in at number 5 on my list here is, drum roll, a brace. And specifically on mine, I have the SBT-EVO G3, I believe is what it's called. And this thing is awesome. I absolutely love this. It has a clean look. I actually have a video on the channel showing you how to install this. It's super easy to do, which is another benefit for it. But in general, as for this list here for attachments for your Scorpion, a brace is a must, and that's why I put it here at number 5. It will totally change your experience as far as shooting, accuracy, having a little bit more stability. Definitely a game changer. And if you are going to SBR your Scorpion, obviously you can put a stock on there too. But in general, number 5 on my list is throw a brace, or if you're SBRing it, throw a stock on it. Definitely a must as far as upgrades for your Scorpion. There's another SB Tactical brace out there. I believe it's called the SBT A5 or something like that. Looks a little different, and that's also another quality brace, but I think this is the newer one that gives it more that Scorpion look as far as, you know, almost looking like a stock, but it's still a brace. And again, absolutely love this one. Definitely recommend. So that's number 5 on our list here. All right, so the brace is number 5 on the list. So let's go ahead and get into number 4. Number 4 for my recommendations for must-have mods for your Scorpion is the mag release, swapping this guy out for something else. And this is the HB Industries mag release. They have several different ones on their website. I'll put the link to all these down in the description below, but absolutely love this one. The original mag release on the Scorpion, the only way to do it was you have to push with your finger, but as you can see, I can still do that. But now it also has this extended part right here. So when I have a mag in, you can almost do it like an MP5, or actually it is just like an MP5, taking it out. Super easy and definitely a game changer as far as reloading. The other thing I found is that when I swapped this out, in general, this just sits so much cleaner and so much nicer in there, and it's actually easier to throw these mags in. I think it just created a better fit, or whatever they have as far as the mechanism that catches it up in there. It just connects so much better with these Scorpion magazines or any aftermarket. I actually use some Magpul ones, and it is just a click and it's in, and then just pops right out. And yes, these do free fall out. When you hit it, they'll fall right out. So definitely a must-have upgrade, and it is definitely a game changer as far as reloading. So that is number 4 on my list here, is the mag release, swapping that guy out. All right, so now for number 3 on my list here. And number 3 on my list is getting a new safety selector on this side over here. If you're familiar with Scorpions, everybody knows that they have a terrible factory safety on there that just digs into your finger when your hand is on it here. So I put on here, this is again from HB Industries. This is the AK safety selector. And in general, for my number 3 spot here, I'll say to swap something out and put something else besides the factory on the side to get rid of that issue of it eating into your hand. But I 10 out of 10 love this AK selector, and this is actually a game changer as far as not just getting rid of the issue of that eating into your hand, but also this improves overall shootability and the way you operate the firearm. If you're familiar with an AK, so when you're on safe, it's down here, and all you gotta do is flick it up, and you're good to shoot then. It makes it so much easier as far as night and day. I don't even use the one on this side anymore. Obviously you can, when you see it goes on that side, but there's 0 point. The longer lever here makes it so much easier and less effort to throw up and down, and it's almost a natural habit. Obviously you have your trigger finger here, you're ready to fire, and you're down on the trigger then. And then as soon as you're done firing, you just flick it right down and you're on safe. Game changer as far as just shooting. Absolutely love it. So again, number 3 on the list is swapping something out here, But if you're in the market for actually improving the functionality of your firearm, I would definitely recommend this AK Selector for on the other side here, because I know they have the like total delete safety as well, but this is going to enhance the overall quality for your firearm, I think, as far as usability. So coming in at number 3 is the Safety Selector there. Moving on up the list to number 2 on my top 5 here. And this one you're actually not going to be able to see on the outside, but it is high up on the list because it is a necessity for sure. And what it is it's a HB Industries trigger spring that I put on the trigger here. So for a factory Scorpion, it comes with a disgusting trigger pull. I think the trigger pull is over 10 pounds, maybe even 13 pounds of pressure needed to pull the trigger. So it is wicked high. So what I did was I swapped out the trigger springs on the inside for the HB Industries trigger spring kit that they have. And I want to say it's like $8, stupid cheap for such a awesome upgrade to your Scorpion. So what it does is it actually brings that trigger pull. I think it brings it down between 4 and 6 pounds. Again, it's not that, 3 pound or less trigger pull you'd have on like an AK or an AR, but it is definitely a night and day difference from the factory one. And obviously the gun's clear, but I can show you what the trigger pull looks like here. So you got creep, hit a wall about right there, and then there's the fire. Cock it back, we'll see what the reset. Right there, and again, pulling it. And then right there it fires. So again, as far as comparing it to the factory one, night and day difference. That's why it's number 2, because obviously you need a good trigger when shooting and obviously, doing targets. So definitely high up on the list, and it's such a cheap, easy install on your firearm, and definitely a must-have. So number 2, trigger spring. All right, we are to the last spot here, and coming in at number 1 on our list is, drum roll, no, I'm just kidding. If you haven't guessed it, number 1 on my list here is swapping out the pistol grip on your Scorpion. This is kind of the same case as the Safety Selector. In general, I recommend just swapping out that stock one for any other aftermarket. There's a lot of different companies and brands that make these. So in this case, I went with the Magpul one. Reason being is I absolutely love this textured grip on it, and it just gives you such a better ergonomic feeling on it as well. But user preference, again, I know there's other companies on there, but in general, number 1 modification that you should do as soon as you get your Scorpion is whack that stock pistol grip off and swap it for an aftermarket one. I got a video actually installing this one, so if you need help with that, go check it out. But definitely number 1 as far as upgrading your Scorpion. It changes the total ergonomics here, easier to get to controls, and overall the stock pistol grip that comes on the Scorpion has this weird angle to it that is just, you can use it, but it's just not very user friendly. So this gives you more of that vertical pistol grip. Again, way more ergonomically sound and easier to utilize. So that wraps it up for my video here as far as top 5 different attachments to throw on your Scorpion. And the best part about the majority of these is each one of these additions is, I want to say, $30 or less to add to your Scorpion. For example, this is, I want to say, like $25, which I said is the number 1. This mag release here, I want to say, is like under $25. This Safety Selector is $20 or less. That trigger spring I talked about is literally $8 to swap that out. The only thing that might set you back is a brace, but this is even the cheaper option on the market. I got this for about $100 from HB Industries as well. So overall, these are simple modifications to where, $100 and you got a totally different Scorpion that you're going to love shooting and actually have better practicality from an ergonomic standpoint to utilize. All right, just some honorable mentions or down the road. Obviously, those are my top 5 to do right away. Down the road, definitely throw a red dot on there. Obviously, a lot easier to aim with, and I love this Sig Sauer Romeo 5. Affordable, it's got shake wake, and I'll have a video actually coming on reviewing that on the Scorpion down the road. Some other things, whatever works best for you as far as putting your hand up here. If you're SBRing, obviously you can do a vertical grip, but if not, angle grip or some kind of hand stop. definitely do that. And a flashlight is a necessity if you're going to use this for some kind of home defense or truck gun. Can't shoot what you can't see. Lastly then is the muzzle device. It comes with that goofy bird cage hider on it. So I have a video describing and telling you how to mount different muzzle devices as well as suppress a scorpion. In this case, I went with a Silencer Co. Trilug. So if you need help with that, let me know down in the comments or go check out the other video on my channel talking about that. But definitely some down the road things you can throw on there. But the top 5 that I went through are the must-haves that you should do right out of the gate when you get your new Scorpion. So with that, I hope this video is helpful. Like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know down in the comments if you guys have any other mods that you've thrown in your Scorpion or that you're thinking about that you think should be on this list or talked about. And with that, I hope you guys have fun shooting, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.